India remains deeply concerned about the persistent threat posed by cross-border terrorism, which continues to undermine regional peace stability. It is ironic that Pakistan, with its long-tainted record of genocidal acts, has chosen to refer to issues that are strictly internal to India.
India delivered a sharp and strongly worded statement against Pakistan at the United Nations Security Council, that is UNSC. Open debate on protection of civilians in armed conflict held at the UN headquarters in New York, accusing Islamabad of a long-standing pattern of violence, cross-border terrorism and actions that it said have repeatedly undermined regional peace and stability. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Harish, speaking during the session, said that it was ironic that Pakistan chose to raise issues concerning India, including Jammu and Kashmir, while itself carrying what India described as a deeply troubling record of civilian harm and alleged genocidal acts. Harish asserted that Pakistan has over decades attempted to externalize its internal challenges through violence both within and beyond its borders, and argued that its conduct continues to pose a serious threat to peace in the region. He further stated that Pakistan had no moral authority to comment on India's internal matters, given its own record of actions that, according to India, contradict the principles of international humanitarian law. And during his address, the Indian envoy referred to findings attributed to the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, claiming that Pakistan military actions earlier this year resulted in extensive civilian casualties. He said that UNAMA documented 750 civilian deaths and injuries in the first 3 months of 2026 alone, and due to the cross-border armed violence, with 94 out of 95 incidents reportedly linked to Pakistani security forces. He also highlighted an alleged airstrike on the Omid Addiction Treatment Hospital in Kabul during the holy month of Ramadan, describing it as barbaric. According to him, the attack killed 269 civilians and injured 122 others and could not be justified under any circumstances as a legitimate military action. He added that the strike reportedly occurred after evening prayers when civilians were present, underscoring what India described as a disregard for humanitarian principles. Harish also raised concerns about large-scale displacement caused by such violence, citing UNAMA assessments that more than 94,000 people were forced to flee their homes due to cross-border attacks targeting Afghan civilians. He criticized Pakistan for what he called a clear contradiction between its stated commitment to international law and its alleged actions on the ground, particularly in relation to civilian protection. He further referred to historical events including the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War and Operation Searchlight, alleging that Pakistan's military had carried out systematic atrocities including mass violence against civilians. He said that such actions reflected a repeated pattern of externalizing internal failures through aggression and brutality both within and outside its borders. And alongside its criticism of Pakistan, India reaffirmed its broader commitment to the protection of civilians in armed conflict. Harish reiterated India's adherence to the UN Charter and stressed that safeguarding civilian lives remains central to international peace and security. He called for zero tolerance for civilian casualties, emphasized the protection of medical personnel and humanitarian workers, and urged full compliance with international humanitarian law, including in the use of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and autonomous weapon system. India also highlighted the continuing threat of cross-border terrorism, stating that it remains a persistent challenge to regional stability and global security, and also called for stronger international accountability mechanisms and unhindered humanitarian access in conflict-affected regions. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.